We have always been a species of explorers, staring at the horizon and wondering what lies beyond the edge of our limited sight. Deep in the quietest corners of our world, we have built great ears of steel and wire to catch the whispers of the universe. We have spent nearly a century screaming into the void, casting our hopes and our curiosities into the infinite darkness of the cosmic ocean. We sent math. We sent the fundamental logic of prime numbers and binary codes, believing that logic is the universal language of the mind. We sent music, the vibrations of our souls, from the complex patterns of Bach to the raw energy of blues, etched into golden records. We sent the coordinates of our home, pointing the way back to our pale blue dot, a tiny spark of life in a vast, cold gallery. We look at the stars and imagine empires, cities, and civilizations that mirror our own rise and fall throughout the long millennia. We assume that whoever is out there, listening, thinks like us, looks like us, possessing the same drive to build and communicate. We search for the infrared heat of Dyson spheres and the rhythmic pulses of artificial beacons, expecting to find technology like ours. But our perception is a product of our environment, a specific adaptation to a world of oxygen, gravity, and visible light. We process as reality through the same narrow biological lens, filtering the infinite complexity of the universe into a story we can understand. Our brains are tuned to a specific frequency of existence, limited by the chemical reactions and electrical pulses of a terrestrial organism. But what if they don't? What if their consciousness is as different from ours as the wind is from a stone? What if they exist in dimensions we cannot touch, or on a time scale where centuries pass in the blink of a strange eye? What if first contact isn't a radio signal from a metal saucer, but something so profoundly alien it defies our very definitions? It could be a shift in the gravity of a room, a pattern in the static of a television, or a whisper in our very DNA. It's brushing right past us, and we are simply too blind to see it because we are looking for ourselves instead of the other. We are like ants walking across a circuit board, unaware of the vast intelligence and complexity flowing beneath our very feet. The true challenge of the search is not the distance of the stars, but the distance between our minds and the truly unknown. One day, we may finally stop screaming and start learning how to truly listen to the silence that has never been empty. In biology, there is a concept called Umwelt. It is the unique sensory world that any given organism inhabits. A bat experiences the universe through echoing shapes. A tick waits years, sensing only body heat and butyric acid. To the bat, human colors do not exist. To the tick, our music is nothing. We are completely invisible to each other's primary reality, despite sharing the same planet. Now scale that biological disconnect to a cosmic level. We search for aliens using radio waves and lasers. But this is the cosmic equivalent of looking for smoke signals in the age of smartphones. An intelligence millions of years older than ours might view the electromagnetic spectrum as primitive. Why send a radio wave that takes millennia to cross the galaxy when you could manipulate the fabric of space-time itself? What if the gravitational waves we detect from colliding black holes aren't natural disasters, but the industrial byproducts of a Type 3 civilization, a cosmic exhaust pipe, or worse, a conversation we don't know how to translate? Language doesn't require vocal cords. In the silence of nature, communication flows in ways we are only beginning to understand. It doesn't even require sound. True connection can be whispered through the very fabric of the environment. Look beneath our feet. There is a vast, hidden intelligence thriving in the darkness. Fungal networks coordinate the nutrient flow of entire forests using electrical impulses and chemical syntax. They act as a subterranean internet, trading resources and information through a complex molecular vocabulary. In our deep oceans, cephalopods communicate through rapid, high-definition displays of chromatics shifting directly on their skin. Patterns of fear, intent, and courtship ripple across their bodies like living screens of biological light. If an extraterrestrial intelligence evolved in a high-pressure liquid environment, their poetry might be chemical. Their stories told in pheromones and molecular chains, drifting through the currents like aromatic verses. Their mathematics might be expressed through shifting geometries of bioluminescence. Complex equations and universal truths rendered in pulses of cyan and gold amidst the crushing depths. We look for signals in the dark, listening for a voice that sounds like our own. But we might be looking for the wrong thing. Our radio telescopes are deaf to a symphony of light and chemistry. The universe is speaking. We just need to learn how to see it. Communication is the chemistry of thought itself. And then there is the post-biological threshold. Flesh is fragile. Biology is a messy, temporary phase of evolution. A truly advanced mind will inevitably transfer its consciousness into a more durable medium, silicon, quantum lattice, or perhaps something entirely exotic, like plasma trapped in the magnetic fields of a star. How do you speak to a mind that operates at quantum speeds? A mind that experiences a millennium in a single second. To them, we are moving so incredibly slow, we might appear as inanimate objects, like statues frozen in time. They might not even recognize us as life. We only interact with 5% of the universe. The rest is dark matter and dark energy. We have no idea what it is. But what if it's not just empty mass? What if the reason the universe is quiet is because the real party is happening in the dark sector? An intelligence residing in dark matter could be passing through your room, through your body, right at this very moment. A shadow biosphere, a ghost civilization, a signal we can never catch because our physics literally cannot touch theirs. The unseen universe remains the ultimate mystery. First contact will likely not be a conversation, it will be a realization. A realization that the universe is not a silent void waiting for us to speak, but a deafening chorus of signals we haven't learned to hear. The aliens are not just hiding in the stars. They are hiding in our definition of reality. And until we change how we look, we will remain entirely alone.